Well, I also have some ideas on how to make this world a better place to live. How many of you believe that I'm too young to give a TED Talk? I also have some good ideas to spread. I'll spread some good ideas worth spreading. I've done research to figure out what's the main difference between kids and adults. I've asked different questions to people of different age from 50 different countries. I categorized the answers, and when I compared them, there wasn't actually a lot of difference. Some of the categories said losing an important to me person or anything like that, but all the categories were mostly the same. Although sometimes, for people like me, age can be a difficult burden. I cannot open a business, I cannot vote, I cannot open an investment account. Maybe all those smart financial guys think that if I'm able to invest on my own, I will only buy Legos and Disney stocks. And here's the problem. People assume that I'm too young and are not capable of contributing to society. Before, just a couple of centuries ago, kids in Europe were able to rule nations, make families, and go to wars. But now, all we're accepted to do is just watch Peppa Pig. Something went wrong, didn't it? That problem is called ageism. It's when people assume that we are too young or too old and are not capable of contributing to society. It's against the basic values of democracy, of the belief that all people are equal. In ancient Greece, these guys realized that all people are equal. Why cannot we do it today with such social progress that we experienced in 2,000 years? Don't you find that stupid? We knew and understood something 2,000 years ago, but now we don't. The idea of equality is a very simple idea. I'm equal to all of you here, and you're equal to everyone outside this building. A reader of a book is equal to its writer. A cashier in a shop is equal to a customer. Or more extreme examples. Here's my month-old brother, Anosha, and he's equal to the President of the United States. Yes, that's true. However, our society doesn't seem to fully realize it. For example, the voting age is at 18. You can only become the President of the United States at 35. Sorry, Anosha. So there is an assumption behind this restriction that I'm not capable of being someone socially important because of my age. Isn't it completely wrong? Before, kids of middle age could take care of animals, when not many kids can do that now. Take care of older siblings, even parents. Carry heavy stuff that kids aren't actually allowed to carry now. Cook on their own without a child's parents being scared he would burn up the whole house. And even help out in family business. Can you believe that? Family business was a part trusted to kids. Now that we are actually used to a different lifestyle, it might be fascinating. But is it like that now? So here's what we can do. We can lower the voting age to include young people in the work of society. Perhaps allowing 10-year-old children wouldn't be the best idea, but at the same time, they wouldn't choose that bad politicians, right? Did you know that in 1971, people could only vote from 21 plus? Horrible, isn't it? Okay, now you actually might ask why I want to go to vote so much. Well, I just gave an example that elections don't actually need to be 18 plus. Alright, we've had enough jokes. Now we can move to the actual problem solution. The idea of the legal age is that a person is making mistakes until 18, and when their birthday finally arrives, they start a conscious process of self-reflection and learn from their mistakes. But what happens if they don't do that? Nothing. They are given an honor to be full members of our society without even understanding why. Because from the moment they were born, the earth revolved the sun 18 times, and for no other reason? Don't you think it's all about when the person starts thinking about his mistakes better? Which means if it was like that, everyone should have their own legal age. And maybe even some teenagers could become adults. So it's not about when their birthday arrives. Can you imagine? Those weird rules were created by grown-up people. Although there are rules that are based on age. For example, even if you are sober-minded, you can't drink when you're 4. Did you know that in IKEA, it is a furniture shop, people that are younger than 10 could draw anything and their drawings would be turned into toys? But have you heard of something, children are more creative, or children's imagination are endless? Well, in some cases that's actually true. Everyone thinks we can't do it because kids are just going to do something stupid. But how do we know that? Did they test it? No. So why not let kids create something? But actually, think how horrible it can be. If a 16-year-old has an idea of how to start a business, what it would be, and etc., he can't share it with society because he's not 18 yet. We lose so much from it. Many kids in the world have wonderful ideas but can't share them with society and actually make their ideas come true. But there's a wonderful solution to that. I'm not only saying that some kids are maybe ready to become grown-ups, but also that some grown-ups that are grown-ups by age are not ready with their mind yet. How many of you are already 18 but don't know how to live yet? Here's what I'm saying. You could have a test that if you complete, you would have the rights that an official adult has. The questions would include basic knowledge of financial literacy, first aid, and other super important stuff. But speaking of that, how many of you actually know how to provide first aid? That's less than I expected. Might sound kind of stupid, but that would save so many lives. As I said, but in a quicker way, the idea of getting grown up because of age is hilarious. You can't just become a grown-up because of age, because it's your birthday, because you have lived for 6,569 days and not 6,570. No, that's just funny. You should actually know what difference it makes and what you will have to do from that moment on. With that, everything will get fair. Some teenagers will probably become adults, and some people that are already older than 18 might not become grown-ups. Have you heard of Maui? Well, imagine he was living in our society. He wouldn't be able to open doors, order anything, or have a job. He wouldn't be able to survive. But anyway, back to the point. We can reform the education system. Maybe sometimes being able to save a human's life is much more beneficial and important than proving that the lines are perpendicular, right? But please, if someone from the future reformers hears me now, please don't make the same mistake. Include young people in the work of society. Ask our opinions. Fun fact, we also have them. Now we accept that after turning 18, human will get a non-controllable desire to contribute to society. But this idea is very wrong. If we include children in the work of society when they're young, therefore, contribution to society will become a habit for them. They will start caring about society when they're young and will never stop doing that. It is a lot of philosophy, isn't it? Never, ever underestimate someone due to their age. It's very wrong. Believe in the basic principles of equality. You're in UWC after all. Whenever you start a new project, never allow age to be an identifying factor of ability or capacity. Some of you might say that young people are irresponsible. They don't submit their work on time and have problems with time and project management. And overall, they're unreliable. Let me tell a small secret to you. The best way to make someone reliable is to rely on them. There will always be failures in the first attempt. No wonder it happens. But if you believe in us, maybe, just maybe, when we grow up, we will be teaching the next generations just as you're teaching us today. That is basically the smallest thing you can do. Thank you.